Hello lovelies, welcome to a new video. It's 2021. That is so crazy. Like that's wild. Happy New Year to you guys. I hope that you guys have had a nice first couple days of this new year. I decided to go ahead and do a chit chat, get ready with me. You guys seem to like these and I like filming them as well. I do have some things that I want to talk about today. I think, new year, new things are happening. I'm not really one that believes like you need a new year in order to make a change, but I do think that it's a great opportunity as far as like taking the time frame to be like, okay, when it's a new year, I'm going to start doing this, or when it's a new week, I'm going to start doing this, blah, 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 blah. Like, I think it's great for stuff like that. This year, I have already made some pretty like drastic changes to my life that I've already seen the improvement in my decision to like start doing things or stop doing certain things. And I just kind of want to talk about it. Like, I just want to have like, we're gonna chat a little bit. We're gonna chat a little bit. You guys know me. I'm going to do these brows and then pop right back. Okay, so 2020. All right, 2020, you guys. Like, we all know the big 2020 was insane. Like, there was so many things that happened, so many horrible things that happened, and also like a lot of good things that happened. It was just all a crazy year. Like, for me personally, I have never seen a year like that ever in my life. I know I haven't been alive long, but like, I've just never seen anything like 2020. It was literally like the epitome for me of a blessing in the midst of a storm, like things were so crazy outside of the like four walls of my house. And even though like I don't like being quarantined and I want to be able to leave, I want to be able to see my friends and like be around people, it was still like a lot of things that happened that were like blessings to me. I just learned so much in 2020 about myself. I don't think ever there's been a year that has taught me about myself the entire time, like literally the entire time. The whole year from January to December, I was discovering things about myself, good and bad things, and like that's kind of what I want to talk about today, because I feel like we all need to have like a kind of like self discovery. Like, what is going on with us? Like, what are we like? What do we need to change to better ourselves, to make our lives just even better? Obviously there's a lot of things we can't control, like the pandemic or all the loss that happened last year, but I feel like even though all that was going on, like we were shut in the house, we were quarantined, like we had time to really reflect and like get to know our own selves and get to know qualities that we like, qualities we dislike, things we need to change, things we need to pray about, things we need to work on, and that is what 2020 was for me. Like, I'm telling y'all. I have like this like dark spot on my face. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm gonna cover it up with this concealer. It's been here for weeks, and like, girl, it's time to go. We are in a whole new year and you're still here. Like, I'm confused. But I have learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about myself last year. And one thing that I did learn that I want to change is that I am a people pleaser, you guys. I am a people pleaser. And I've been this way ever since I was a child. Like, I just like for people to be happy, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's nothing wrong with wanting something good for people or wanting people to be happy and experience happiness and all that. But I often find myself like putting myself even in uncomfortable situations or uncomfortable positions just so someone else won't be upset, you know, or just so someone else won't be happy. Like, I make people's emotions dependent upon what I do. And I'm not talking about, like, you know, if you're doing something that can literally make someone unhappy. Like, no, I'm talking about, like, putting yourself first, as far as, like, maybe you're not always available to talk, maybe you don't want to do certain things, maybe you just don't live your life the same way that someone else in your life does, and not settling and not compromising yourself or your morals. Like, I got a question on Instagram because I, like, often ask you guys on there, like, what do you want to talk about? And someone's like, how do you stay true to your morals? And I thought about it, and I'm just like, it's real easy to stay true to your morals when you're, like, by yourself and, like, you don't have anyone else's emotions to consider. But someone like me, I'm always thinking about someone else, especially my friends, like my family, the people obviously that I love and care about deeply. I'm always thinking about them, and I'm always just like, if I do this, what if they take it the wrong way? Or if I don't do this, what if they take it the wrong way? But the things that I'm questioning, like, do I want to do this? Do I, you know, do I want to go here? Do I want to be a part of this? Do I want to say this? Or whatever the case, it'll be things that I may be morally obligated to. So let's just say, for instance, if I know from 9 to 11 o'clock, like, I'm fasting and I'm not having communication with people, and that may be the time that everyone else wants to talk and, like, everyone else wants to be active. And, you know, it's just like, if I take this time for myself, or if I step back a little bit, will people take that the wrong way? Will it come off like rude, or will it come off like I don't want anything to do with anyone? You know, and I would literally sacrifice that time that, like, you know, I could be spending with God to spend with somebody else for the sake of not hurting their feelings, or for the sake of not wanting to look like I'm acting funny or anything, you know? But, like, that's not even the case. Like, you're just doing what you need to do for yourself. And I think that I've learned in 2020 that you cannot live life to please people. Like, even if your friends end up not understanding, or your family or whoever, like, even if they don't understand what you need to do for yourself, that's fine. But if they don't support the fact that you need to do this in order to live your best life, it's how you believe you would be living your best life, if they fight against that, if they give you a hard time about that, I just feel like those are people you don't need in your life. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much compromise you could do. And when you get to the point where you're compromising, literally, you're compromising things that you need to do, or things that you don't need to do in order to live what you believe is your best life, that's doing too much. You're compromising too much. You're giving up too much for the sake of somebody else. Like, I hope this is making sense, because, like, my thoughts are kind of, like, all over the place, and I tend to get ahead of myself when I speak. But the bottom line is, last year I realized that I was always putting everybody before myself, or even before God. Like, and it just, I'm like, this makes no sense. Like, I'm talking to everybody. I'm trying to please everyone. I'm trying to make sure everybody's happy. I'm, like, over reflecting my actions that I'm taking, and, like, being anxious about certain things that I'm doing just because I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. And I was just like, girl, it's time out for that. Like, I cannot do that anymore this year. Like, I cannot do it. Like, my decisions that I'm going to make are going to be because I'm trying to please God, and because I'm trying to do what is best for myself. Like, it's time for me to be a little bit more selfish, okay? I wish you guys could, like, talk back to me, because I just wonder, like, are you like that? Like, have you ever put yourself aside, or put your morals aside, or put aside anything that's important to you because you don't want to hurt anyone that you care about and you feel like they may not understand? Because that is not okay. Like, it's not okay. It should be normalized for us to do what we need to do for ourselves. And if we don't have relationships in our lives with people that understand that, then the relationship needs to be severed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just not meant for each other, and that's okay. It's no hard feelings, but you're just not meant to be in each other's lives because you're holding yourself back, and if you do what you need to do for yourself, then their feelings are hurt. So nobody wins in the end. So it's just like, you gotta cut it off. I just feel like that was the year of just realizing that, like, that was one of the biggest things that I realized. Like, I am a people pleaser, and I'm not supposed to be living to please people. Like, I'm supposed to be living to please God, you know? Like, I'm supposed to be making him happy, like, not people. And that's not to say, like, your relationships can't be important to you. Like, my friendships are so important to me. I love the people that are in my life and that I've been blessed enough to meet and encounter, you know, but they cannot come before you. You know, they can't come before your morals. They can't come before God. Like, if you believe that God's the head of your life, they can't come before him. Like, what? How does that make sense? How are you gonna put your friends, your family, your whoever before God? Like, and you believe that he's the head of your life, he's the one that has all the answers, and he's the one that you worship and serve. Like, how you gonna put people before him? Like, come on now. I just needed to realize that. Like, I really need to realize that, because sometimes, like, you feel like you learn things about yourself that are only good. Like, oh, I've discovered I'm this type of person, or I'm that type of person. But, like, it's good to make self-discovery all around the board. Some things that you may find out about yourself is not always polished. Like, we're not perfect, and the only way we're going to grow is if we acknowledge the fact that we have growing to do. And that is definitely something that I need to grow from. Like, I just need to change my whole, like, routine of life. I feel like I just think I'm entering, like, a different, like, another chapter of my life. It seems like so weird to me because I'm young. Like, I'm only 23 years old. It's not like I've had a billion chapters to go through. I'm stepping into a different place in my life. I'm getting older. I'm moving from, like, just wanting to have fun to, like, more so getting things done. I'm more focused on taking care of my mental health, like, building my relationship with God instead of, like, building relationships with people. You know, social media and all this stuff isn't as important to me anymore, like, as it used to be. And, like, obviously I want, like, social media, this platform, and, like, for it to become my job and, like, all that. Like, I'm not negating any of that, but it's just not as important as it used to be. It doesn't have the same hold on me. Different things are becoming important to me, and those things require some adjustments. You know what I mean? I just be talking so much and do not do my makeup. Like, this is why I struggle with chit chats, but I also love them because I just feel like I could just be honest and just talk, you know? Like, I could just talk to you guys. Like I said, I really wish y'all could talk back. Maybe I should go, like, live sometimes. I don't know. But yeah, I just feel like there needs to be some adjustments. Also, I set my face before I did my contour because you guys watched, like, in my earlier videos, I started using a different setting powder, and I just feel like in order for it to work well with my Juvia's Place concealer, I have to set it right away. Also, I feel like on the topic of, you know, people that understand the changes that you need to make, like, you have to analyze the people that are in your life, you know, friends, family, everyone is included in this, because I just feel like sometimes people are only meant to be in your life for a certain season, or maybe for a reason, to teach you something, for you to learn, get the lesson, and then move on. Like, if where you are in your life is constantly conflicting with the people you're surrounding yourself with, it's time to let them go. Like, it shouldn't be difficult to have relationships in your life. Like, it shouldn't be hard, or it shouldn't be a struggle. It shouldn't be like every day it's something, every day someone doesn't understand, every day someone's upset, every day. Like, that is not how things should be. And I'm really thankful for like the people in my life, because they're really understanding and they're really loving. But if they're not, you have to cut them off. Like, people can really hold you back. Like, they can really depress you. They can like just make it seem like you're doing something so wrong, when all you're doing is trying to focus on yourself. All you're doing is trying to level up. All you're doing is trying to just do what you need to do to become a better person and live your best life. If someone's making you feel bad about that, they need to go, period. I am a firm believer that there are people that are meant to be in your life at each season of your life. And if you are like afraid to let go of someone because you don't know like who you're gonna have once you let them go, I promise you, God always comes through with the next person. Like, it's 7 billion people on earth, girl. Like, you don't have to worry about having that other person or these other people that can be there for you, because you don't want to be alone. Like, you're not going to be alone. There's going to be somebody who's going to come along that's right for you at that time. And they may stay in your life for the rest of your life, or they may run into a point where it's time up for them too. Like, and it'll be time up for you as well. Like, it'll be time up for you in their life, it'll be time up for them in your life. But the point is, it's always gonna be somebody. So don't hold on to like dead weight when you know it's dead weight. Like, don't do that, because you're not ever gonna grow that way, and neither is that person. Like, you're holding each other back by like trying to keep making it work, and you know time is up. Like, you know it's a wrap for that. Just don't do it. I really need to just like do my makeup and talk at the same time. Like, come on, Gabby. Is it really that difficult? Just talk and do and talk. I think it's good to sometimes just take a step back from everything. At my church as a whole, we always dedicate the first month of January to consecration and just spending time away from everything and really getting in commune with God. Like, I think that's important for me, because that first month of the year, like, kind of, it sets the tone, to be honest. Like, because I had a good January last year, even though 2020 was like crazy and no one was expecting that. Like, I held on to the tone that I set in January throughout the whole year. Like, even through the hard and difficult times, it's like what I did in the first month, because that's just how I'm trained. Like, when it's a new year, I like to start different things. I like to start a different routine, or like switch up something. And so the things that I did in the month of January stuck with me. I have a habit of, like I said, being a people pleaser, and also just like wanting to always have communication with people, because I was the only child. So I love talking. Like, I love being in contact with my friends and communication with my friends, sometimes way more than I think is healthy. And so, like, for me, like, I just want to step back from everyone and just kind of reset my routine for the day, and like how much of myself I'm making available to people. I was gonna do like a green on my lid, and then I put on a purple shirt, and I was like, maybe I should do purple. Like, this month is just really about setting my tone for the year. Like, I'm not getting old, but I'm getting older, and certain things are just becoming a priority to me that require change. You know, like, it requires change. And whenever you're like changing something, like if you're really making a change, like really making a life change, it's supposed to be uncomfortable. Like, you are not supposed to be comfortable in change, because if you're comfortable, that means you're not changing enough, because everything still feels too familiar, everything still feels too regular. You have to change something in order to change. Like, it sounds so crazy and redundant, but it's so true, y'all. Like, I promise. Like, it's so true. And I've been feeling great. Like, I have been feeling so good ever since 2021 started. I feel good about this year. Like, I feel good about myself. I feel good about like my family. Like, I just feel good. It's so much positive energy, and I'm being very careful to not taint that with anything. Like, no bad vibes, none of that. I don't want none of that in my space. Like, protect your peace, you know. I am also starting school next week. We're doing another semester, girl. Another semester. Um, in a pandemic. So I do not know what to expect. Like, being a student in this pandemic, we have been forgotten about ever since March of last year. Okay. Like, people act like we're not in this pandemic too. Like, I'm a little confused. First of all, where's my stimulus check, girl? Where is my stimulus check, Mitch McConnell? Where is it? I'm gonna use this light purple, that one right there, for my lid. I just realized I didn't zoom you guys in for the eye, but I'm sorry. This is more so like a casual, just like chit chat. I'm not explaining makeup anyways, so. I cannot decide if I want to wear lashes or not today. I feel like going through the hassle. It's a hassle to put on lashes, y'all. Like, I don't know if I'm in the mood. Like, am I in the mood? Am I in the mood? I don't think I'm in the mood. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna put lashes on today because after this, I have like a lot of busy work to do anyways, and I am not gonna want lashes on. So, I'm going to take my Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara and just pack that on. My mascara looks way better in the mirror than it does on camera, but whatever. I think I'm gonna go in with my this MAC lipstick in the shade Viva Glam number 3. Woof! That is really pink. That is pinker than I thought it was gonna be. So I'm gonna dim it down with a brown liner, girl, because I'm looking a little crazy right now. And then I'm going to go over that with my Anastasia Sepia liquid lipstick. I love this shade. Like, I feel like I've used it in almost every video, but it's just so good. Okay, lovely. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is my first video 2021, so wanted to open it up with some positive vibes, with some like advice, with some reflecting, you know what I mean? Like, just trying to set the tone. Hope you guys have been enjoying your 2021 so far. If not, I'm praying that it gets better. It's only like 5 days in, 6 days in. Your year still has a full 12 months to turn around. Like, so just keep that in your mind. Stay as positive as possible. I love you. If you are new here, definitely be sure to subscribe before clicking off of this video. And I will see you guys in my next video. Love you. Mwah.